Minister of Labor, Bhandari, is urging people to stop getting involved with the self-interest group for future children. Kathmandu's Minister of Labor, Employment and Social Security, Sharat Singh Bhandari, has stated that he will not face the pressure and obstacles presented by the self-interested, powerful group to tackle the issues in foreign employment. Labor Minister Bhandari highlighted the fatalities of 14,000 Nepalese migrants over the last 16 years, stating that it was unfortunate for them to lose their lives in the name of foreign employment. Minister Bhandari has emphasized the importance of respecting foreign employment, emphasizing the fraudulent nature of such transactions. The statement also stated that Nepalese workers should not be able to bring a demand for less than 1,000 dirhams to the UAE. It added that the increased salary allowance must be strictly enforced with no excess on the salary, and that facilities would be gradually improved in coming days. The ministry has already announced its action plan to improve the overall sector of domestic or foreign employment, with all stakeholders stating that it is important to act honestly and work together for the future.
The budget is influenced by Balan's decision on Sunday. The mayor of the city, Balendra Shah, will decide on Sunday whether Kathmandu Metropolitan Municipality will have a budget or not. On Sunday, the mayor is responsible for determining when to present the budget and who to exclude from the list. The mayor doesn't believe in providing an assistant secretary to a suspected worker with millions of dollars in corruption, according to sources. If the small people had not been putting pressure on the federal government, the corruption associated with the chief administrative officer of the metropolitan city should have been eradicated. Even our people's representatives were under pressure to support the Gurkhans, or they would have made it much more uncommon. Sources close to Balan stated that the decision on the city's next activities will be made on Sunday, according to sources who were aware of it.
Karki, the former Deputy Secretary, was appointed as the President of Lord Bank by his colleague. Prabhu Bank's President, Kishorjan Karki, has been elected. Karki's professional experience includes serving as an Associate Secretary in various positions such as the Public Service Commission, National Natural Resources and Finance Commission. He also worked as a liaison between the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Communications, and Commission for Abuse Investigation before becoming Director General at the Private Book Factory, Department of Internal Revenue, Property Cleaning Research Department. Karki was also a member of the Executive Committee of Nepal Telecom, Melnchai Kanarpa Water Development Committee, Agricultural Research Council, and Applied Research Fund. Independent Director at the bank is Ramesh Raj Ariel, who has been appointed by the Board of Directors.
Corruption charges have been brought against 9 individuals, including the former chairman and vice chairman of Danaji Village, who is among the 9 accused in connection with corruption charges. Corruption lawsuits have been brought against 9 individuals, including the former president, vice president, and chief administrative officer of Danaji Village of Danusha by the Commission of Inquiry into Abuse of Powers Against Construction Properties. A case has been filed against the then village chief Badranarayan Singh, Deputy Chairman Ramwati Devi Mandal, and 9 individuals, including the Chief Administrative Officer and Construction Authority, for damaging public property in the village. The authority has been accused of denying government assets worth Rs 313 crore 34 lakh 778 by producing books smaller than the seed construction work in 2017/78 without any decision under the title of Market Seeds and Poloi Mela Plantation. The authorities have asked for a payment of Rs 31 crore 34 lakh from them.
Celine's family circumstances caused her to be distracted, as evidenced by the court in her death case. The Chitwan District Court has unveiled the entire legal framework for expunging 3 individuals from custody in the death of 14-year-old schoolgirl Celine Pokral in Ratnagar Municipality 10. Celine was discovered dead by hanging in a school hostel on 12 February 2018. 3 students were charged with encouraging suicide after the incident. District Court cleared Principal Balhari Devkotar, teacher Karan Pajar Oki, and hostel wardens Kamal Prasad Sharma on 4 February 2018. Following the hearing of the appeal or the final decision, the court has also opted to reimburse their deposits. The police detained 3 teachers on 14 February after determining that the family's alleged rape and murder had led to their arrest. The officer and Sharma were instructed by the court on the 6th of the same year to pay the defendant 5 lakh and devoter 3 lakh, respectively, and release it for the officer who paid the penalty of 5 According to the court's full text, the defendants could not be held responsible for not providing objective evidence supporting the allegations, as activities such as the failure to operate hostels under appropriate standards and in an environment did not seem to have influenced the suicide of the deceased. The court has ruled that the defendant cannot be held accountable for his own death based solely on suspicion and conjecture, ruling out suicide as an offence. According to the full text, the hostel incident was not influenced by the circumstances of the alleged incident, but the defendant and the deceased were not victims of abuse during the violent altercation. Saylan's family circumstances may have been diverted from her goals by the divorce of her deceased parents, who are both residing in different countries, and the fact that his grandmother visits him once a month to provide her with monthly care. Moreover, the court determined that the teacher was not in any way guilty of encouraging suicide, and that Saylan's letter on page 18 of her notebook contained the words "My bad luck Samir, Jasmine, Memory, Prashner, Kwar, Baishabam, and whom I want to kill along with the English message." Despite the lack of charges, the court has determined that the defendants did not incite suicide on the grounds that they were treated like children, and there was no charge. A defendant's death was not fully reported, but it was allegedly caused by a note sent to him by another cohabitant. Saylan's reluctance to commit suicide was confirmed by the court, which also stated that she did not take such action when her life was at risk. Due to a lack of factual and objective evidence, the verdict cannot justify the witness statement made by the defendant alone. According to the court, the defendant's allegations were not supported by the facts and objectivity of the case. The 14-year-old student from Knighton Boarding School in Ratnagar Municipality 10 was discovered dead in a hostel on 12 February 2080 at 10:15 a.m. The body was found with the knees touching the ground, and it was discovered on the third floor of a 3-story building on its south side. The unit had 103 beds, or 64% of its population in 2007. Saylan's father Dipendra Pokarelli instructed the police to take legal action against her victims, including those who were beaten by the wardens and other students in the same hostel on the morning of the incident.